everybody. I'm excited to be live today because I know that almost no one has received their new catalog yet, but it is available online. You can look at it online. And we're going to be using the Sweet Safari papers and make a layout together. So I want to show you that. I'm going to grab my iPad. I'll be right back. Okay, one of the things I want to show you, let me get logged in here. So, let me move this away so there's less glare. So, I want to show you the special right now. If you kind of click on the different tabs and choose VIP, We Are Good Together, and you click on that, it will show you the special kit that is created just for VIP customers. It shows you the paper pack, the stamp set, you get some cards and envelopes, you get some wood hearts. This kit is exclusive for VIPs and it's $46. Now the papers themselves, if you look at those, are actually the mix-in paper packs. Hey Noelle, can you hear me? Heather says I have no sound. Somebody let me know if you're having trouble hearing me so I can fix that. Oh, good, good. Okay. So this VIP set is exclusive, but the papers are actually the mix-in paper packs. So technically, if the only thing that's really exclusive is the sticker sheet and the stamp set. So I just wanted to show you this. Thank you, Noelle. So that you can see where it is. Now, when you go to your shopping cart as a VIP, like I'm not signed in right now, and I'm not a VIP. But when you sign in and go to your shopping cart, this will be one of those pop-up add-on promotions if you decide that you want to do it. And so this is where you can see what it's all about. It's under that VIP tab over here. Right there it says VIP. And on the computer, I think it's across the top. But anyway, I just wanted to show you that. Now, I have several things I want to show you today. I'm excited because, like I said, we're going to be using the Sweet Safari paper pack, and I want to show you this this sticker sheet. I know I showed you this when we looked at the catalog together last week, but the papers are there's an espresso print, a leaf print, the red dots, kind of a multi-check, the clouds, and then this real sweet, I would say, kid print. It's kind of geared to babies, but the clouds are on the back. Now, to this, I added some cardstock because I wanted to show you a few techniques and I wanted to make a layout. And so I added Lagoon, espresso, and then just for some stamping fun, I added some toffee because I got my new stamp set in the mail and I can't wait to show that to you. This is Make It From Your Heart Volume 2, and we are going to make this layout right here. And I kind of liked this version instead of this version, and so it uses all the same parts and pieces, they're just organized a little bit differently. I don't think you can buy the set without the stamp. I don't think so. To me, if you could buy the stamp and sticker sheet separately, the mix-ins are so cheap. They're like $6.95. So, of course, you get the cardstock and you get it's like a double set of mix-ins. So, it's not like you're getting ripped off or anything. It's just that, you know, you may have already purchased them, for example, like I did, which I've been using them like crazy. You may look at this layout because you'll recognize it when you get your club projects in the mail, because this is the layout that I used to make our club projects too. So basically, I'm just going to kind of keep this off to the side and kind of keep showing it to you as I put things on the layout pages. I chose black as my base page, and one of the things that I did on this one, it calls for an 11 by an 11.5 piece of red or piece of paper to do so that your base page makes like a border on 3 sides like this. Now I did not do that on your club project. I just made the whole base show, but that's just one thing that you can do. The next piece that it shows is this long piece here, and a piece over that falls on this side and a piece that falls on this long side. What I decided to do on mine, I need like a bigger space, don't I? I decided to do the green leaf here, and I used one of the zip strips, and I'm going to put it right here, okay? Kind of off to the side. And then I did not cut that other eye piece because I really want to use the Picture My Life cards. So Picture My Life cards on here are a great way to add like a little photo journaling thing. Like I can use that instead of cutting out the piece that they show. Or I could, you know, it was a green leafy print. I could use this green one here. And so just imagine all the different things that you could use instead of cutting that one piece. So whenever I have Picture My Life cards, I'm always thinking about what I can substitute and use these on my layouts. Anybody who comments on this video in the next week will be up for a drawing for some free Picture My Life cards. I have an extra pack and I would love to give them to one of you. And so definitely, if you're here and you're commenting, you're already in. And if you are watching this on replay, make sure that you make comments so that you can get put into the drawing, and I'll tell you who the winner is next week. Woohoo! So the other parts that this calls for is it calls for a banner across the bottom, and the banner is flagged, and so I'm just going to real quick cut that. I cut the center from the corner to the center, from the corner to the center, like that. And then I just glue it down to my base piece, which I used the espresso. And then I just kind of follow those cut lines to cut the rest of the flag. Like, I don't try to cut both flags and then fit them together and hope they work. I do them like this so that I know that those ends are going to look right together. So this one will go on the left page, this one will go on the right page, and then I cut an extra little flag because I need to balance this turquoise color, and so it's going to go here, and I'm not going to adhere it yet. The next part is mats and photos. Now it calls for, if you look at this, it calls for 1, 2, 3 photo mats, all the same size. They're 3.5 by 3.5, and they call for 3-inch photos. And then there's 2 of the 4 by 6, but the mats would be a 1/4 inch bigger, so 6.25 by 4.25, and there's 2 of those and 3 of those. Now, I wanted to balance that green, and so I went ahead and instead of cutting 2 separate mats, I cut 1 big mat for the bottom. And then, using the espresso, I cut the smaller ones like that. That way I get a little bit of green in there to balance the other side. Then there's a mat at the top, and I used the Lagoon. And this is a Picture My Life card. One side is a bright blue, and the other side is the espresso color. And so I'm going to use that there. So this is basically the page right here. And from there, you add a little journaling thing here and any kind of embellishment you want. So when you look at the examples they show, you know, there's the 2 pictures, the single picture. On this one, they don't have any space between any of the photos. I like to have an 1/8 or 1/4 of an inch between each one. And then, see, they used the extra little flag there. And there, instead of using a journaling block, they added a little embellishment. On this one, where the layout looks a little different, they used like a piece of ribbon and twine across here, and they turned the whole thing, and they put the banner at the top instead. So essentially it's this way and then flipped. So they just turned the layout around. This glue, okay, you guys are gonna die. Let me show you this. This is funny. This is my new favorite glue, and I've used that much of it since I bought it. Comes in a big teddy bear. It's called Barely Art Precision Craft Glue. It's cheap, this whole thing. I think the whole thing was like 25 bucks or something, but I mean, look at how much is in there. It's gonna last me a little while. I just pour it from the honey bear into here. And then it has a pin that instead of a lid, it has a pin that you put in there. This glue is incredible. It dries fairly quickly, and it is really good. I use it for almost everything. So I just, like I said, I go around the edge, and then I do a little swoop. So not a lot. Go on to here. It gives me a moment to kind of smush and move. And if I had to peel this off right now, I still could and move it around. So that is, to me, that is like the bonus of using liquid glue. Now the mono adhesive or mono liquid glue is great. I love it, but it is harder to get a finer line. If you go online and just Google the Barely Art glue, you will find sources. It's super popular among crafters and bookmakers and teachers and everything else. So I put my mats down, but I didn't really glue everything down yet. So this is, but I just want you to know that's how that will look. Okay, so there is the right hand page. Let's do the finish up the left hand page. So it goes like this, and it has, what it shows is, I'm going to show one more time. So it shows the 6x4, the 3x3. It has a strip here that you can put a title on. It has the big banner that I did in green. And then it shows a couple of flags at the top. So let's go ahead and put this in place. This would be here. Now normally what I do when I have a 2-page layout and I have this banner going totally across the page, right? I want this piece and this piece on the left page to be even. And so I'll go ahead and just adhere one whole side down and get it exactly how I like it. And then I lay the second page on here and even it up, line it up, so that when you look at the 2-page spread in all, you know, your strip will be right on that same thing. Now what some people do is they will, they'll use a ruler, like one of the grid rulers, and just put a grid ruler here and make sure it's exactly the same on both sides. I'm just lazy, and so I did it the lazy way. All right, so here is this mat. Here is this mat. If I was smarter, I would just adhere everything, but I'm just going to show you this. Now, the flags at the top. So I need to balance. This black is a little dark, right? It needs some black in here. So I used a black mat or a black flag. Again, with the this is the year that I'm making flag ends on everything I make. So there's that. I like the turquoise. I think I'll make it shorter. And this is just scraps of paper that I had sitting around. Like that. Now comes the finesse. This is where you get to embellish. And first I want to show you the pictures that I chose for this layout. So I am going to do my Disney Animal Kingdom pictures. That's right, that's us with Tigger. And we have us with Eeyore and Winnie. And then I had this extra Eeyore picture and I thought I could put it here. It looks nice there. I could put it down over here. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it yet, which side. But I do want to show you another flag idea. So I got this new stamp set in the mail. And I want to make my title using it. And this is the title that I made. And this is the stamp set. So it's always nice to have an alphabet stamp set. And this one is the one that looks like Scrabble tiles, which I think are really fun. Now, obviously, you don't want to have Scrabble tiles on every single layout you do. But what's nice about this set is that it has a square, so you could just stamp squares. It has all the alphabets, and it has little numbers like a Scrabble number, but you would not have to stamp that. As a matter of fact, it'd be really easy to do surgery to your stamps and cut that off if you ever were like, I'm done with that. It also has this wood grain stamp, And then it comes with these little thin cut tile cutters, right? So what I did, I want to show you how that wood grain works. It is cool. So I have a couple of pieces of this toffee, and I'm using the lighter side instead of the darker side, right? And I'm going to do a tone on tone. So I'm using toffee ink on toffee paper. Oh, helps if I don't have this attached. Okay, and I'm going to ink it up. The way this stamp works is it's got a curve on one side and a notch on the other side. So these fit together perfectly. So if you were going to do a whole row of wood grain, it's very easy to just kind of line up that notch and see how that goes. And it just continues across, and you end up with a continuous wood grain. And then I put this into, you know, my cutting machine, and I made a bunch of little squares, and that is how I made my alphabet. So I have all these little square cuts, and I just put, and then I just did the alphabets on them in black. So that's easy enough, right? The other stamp set I wanted to show you is this one. If you needed an alphabet set that's kind of small and very block and generic, this one's a good one. It's a nice size. It makes good size titles, and you get the bonus of having flags. You don't have to make all that. You don't have to make all of your letters into flags. So just think of it as another alphabet set with a bonus of the flags. So that's something that you could do. The other set I just want to show you I got in the mail today, or not today, but a few days ago, is this one. It's called Happiness Lives Here, and it is the card making set. And when I look at this, I think, blech, this is not my taste, okay? But I have been using it, and the more I use it, the more I'm like, oh yeah, this is totally a usable set. I'm surprised. The thin cuts are just these four: hello, thank you, and a little star. And I think what I don't like about it is I don't like the stripes on the letters. If they were solid, yes, it looks military, exactly. But it doesn't come out that way when you stamp with it. It doesn't look that way. I think these stars make it look very military, but on your layouts, I used this floral border. I used this border here. On some of them, I used this little geometric sort of block border. And, you know, this little stitched border is really cute. It would be really good on, like, your flag. You could do that up and down on there. What I did, I made a third flag, and this little tiny stamp right there, it is just a few lines, and I used tone on tone again, espresso, and I just stamped it, you know, 1, 2, 3, and it made a really cool little border. So I really like how that looks, and especially working on a set that is for like Animal Kingdom. This is, you know, kind of tribal or something. So that is another set I'm going to use. I think I'll just use it the way it is. And then the other thing I did was I used this to go across. I cut a strip like that. And then another thing on here, it says miss you, and love so much. So you could say miss you so much, or I love you, love so much, whatever you want to do with that. And I really liked the idea of love so much, and so I made it into another little flag, and I'm going to put it on my layout right here. So it's going to be a part of this little cluster right here. I just think that's cute. It adds, I like how the wood grain looks with that. And so there's that. Now the titles, the Animal Kingdom titles, I really love how this looks. And let me just trim it down. I couldn't decide if I'm cutting everything. I wasn't sure how I was going to cut it. So I think I'm going to put Animal Kingdom. I'm going to put Kingdom on page 2 and Animal on page 1, like that. So that's cool. What else was I? Oh yeah, I was going to show you. So the stickers are so fun, and they're very kid looking, but if you think about it, they really fit for like Animal Kingdom. And so I am going to put my sloth up here, and I think I'm going to use my tiger. I think I'm going to use my tiger on page 1, like over here. I may even cluster him with something else. And then I have this really cute leaf, which I think it will look great with my title. And so it's going to turn out really cute. I'm going to save my little toucan bird for another layout. And I was looking at this going, adventure. I have some Animal Kingdom dinosaur pictures, and that would work really cool for that. I also have some Islands of Adventure pictures that it would look good for that. The word play, I have some pictures at Universal Studios of some of the rides. That would go really well. This is definitely you could use for Florida or a tropical theme. There's a few clouds and stars and arrows. There's several leaves. So other than sweet dreams and your first smile, you could just cut that and have it say smile. But there's really a lot of stuff on here that can be used. And I think I'm going to use this as my journaling box right here. I think that'll look really good. It's the right color. That's the benefit of having like some cardstock on hand that coordinates with everything. I think the whole thing turns out really nice. Now, the very last thing that I have that coordinates, and you guys are going to be like, wow. These are those loose sequins that were popular when remember the Craft On set? It was like, that was our first set of sequins they came, and I had so many. I used so many of these, and look how many I have left. And so these are perfect colors for both of these pages, or both of these paper packs in this catalog. So on your set that I'm sending you, I used the other paper pack, and the pinks and whites and blues look good with that. And this one is a little more lagoon and blue and yellow and green. And I'm telling you, these work perfect. So I'm going to be putting sequins on everything for a little while. And so I hope you guys like that. Isn't that fun? I mean, just think how cool that tag is. I mean, you could do a lot of stuff with that wood grain. I probably could have used it as a background to that. All right. Let me know if you need anything from me. I know right now we are waiting like crazy for our catalogs to come. They are available online and you can look at them there. I'm hoping we get them before the end of the cycle. If you're someone who never really looks at the paper catalog and you only order online anyway, and I do pay for these, I would rather send you something free than give you a catalog that you're not going to use. So please, you know, let me know. If I need to take you off of the catalog list, I'll be happy to send you something in return if you don't want the catalog. But I hope you find something fun in there. And I hope you check out that VIP special. It is kind of a cute stamp set. It's another one of those stamp sets that has lots of those little stamps that you can use in a lot of different ways. So have a good afternoon, everybody. Thanks.